Hi, my name is Linda Freeman. I'm a patient of Dr. Mills. I've been seeing him for approximately 14 years now. I have a long dental background, so I'll give you a little bit of history here before I get into how I came to meet Dr. Mills. When I was young in elementary school, I broke my 2 front teeth in a bicycle wreck, so that began the journey of having crowns. And throughout the years, I had big chunky silver fillings, so as I got into my 20s, I ended up having sides of teeth fall off, so that led to more crowns and so forth. And then when I was a teenager, when I was a teenager, I had 2 teeth pulled because they were abscessed, so I had a flipper. And then in my 20s, I had more crowns. And then in my 30s, I had to go to the hospital for some tests, and under the anesthesia, I bit down on the airway and broke my 2 front teeth out again. So I had more crowns there again. And most of these were done one by one or a couple at a time. But then after I had those replaced, when I was in my 30s, I had my entire upper teeth made with crowns to bridge in the 2 that I was missing, and it was one piece permanently. But because I did not have implants, it rocked constantly. And I would have to go to the dentist every 2 or 3 months for several years to have it re-cemented because it was rocking. And that was probably before implants were done as often as they are today. So, and then following that, I had crowns on the bottom and so forth. Then I had a tooth to go bad on the top, and they had to cut the whole thing off, the whole piece, to extract the tooth, and of course it was useless. So I began having more crowns and a bridge over here on this side where I was missing those 2. So that's about the 3rd time around having my mouth redone. When I was in my late 40s or early 50s, I had my entire mouth redone, top and bottom, new crowns and everything. And about 3 days after I had that done, I swallowed one. The next day I swallowed one. And the next day I washed one down the sink. So at that point I thought, wow, what's going to happen here? So I did not know what to do. Someone referred me to Dr. Mills. So I came in his office crying, and he said, "What can I do for you?" And I said, "I just want my teeth fixed, and I don't want to have to take my teeth out at night." So he said, "Okay, well, we will fix you up." So I told him the story, and I said, "I just spent $37,000 last week to have my mouth redone. I don't want to sue anybody. I just want my mouth fixed, and I don't have the confidence that it can be fixed if I'm already in this condition." So he took me to his office, called the dentist who had done it, and told him that he felt that I needed some implants in order to make it work, and that he would volunteer to work with him free of charge to consult with him and help him get my mouth back in order. And that particular dentist, he said, well, rather than do that, he would just return my money, which he did. And that started my journey with Dr. Mills. And I feel so fortunate after 50 years of going through all the episodes I've gone through with my teeth that I finally found Dr. Mills. I feel that I was led to Dr. Mills not only because of taking care of my mouth and no longer having to deal with all that, but about 2 weeks ago I was diagnosed with a malignant tumor of the salivary gland. So I already had an appointment with my primary care physician. So I went on to her, and she said, "See an ENT person," which I did, and I'm not saying this in any disrespect for any doctor whatsoever, but he wanted to do surgery like in 3 days, and after he saw the MRI that I had done, he still felt like I had TMJ until he got the biopsy report. And when the nurse brought the biopsy in, he just looked at it and said, this is not good, and handed it to me to read. There was no sense of compassion or explanation or anything. And I just didn't feel comfortable rushing into it like that. I got in the car. I told the person that was with me, I said, take me straight to Dr. Mills' office, because I have more confidence in him than anyone, no matter what kind of doctor or dentist it might be, because he has been with me all these years, and he has shown the care and the concern and the compassion and the professionalism. And I know that his heart is in it. It's not a job to him. He lives it. It's an art that he lives, and he has compassion for his patients. And I just feel that I could call him 2:30 in the morning and say, Dr. Mills, I'm scared, I need to talk, or I need to see you at your office. He would be right there if he was in town. And the same thing with his staff. Everybody is so compassionate, knowledgeable, and supporting that I can honestly sit here and say I do not have any fear. I know I've got a road to go down, and I know that they are all with me. They got me into Emory, where I've already had 2 visits and will be scheduled for surgery soon. But tomorrow evening a board will review my case, made up of various professionals, to decide a strategy for the surgery and the follow-up treatment. And I just feel that I am in good hands. And somehow 14 years ago, I was led to Dr. Mills' office, not necessarily for my teeth, but maybe to help me get through what I face now. And I'm so blessed and so thankful for Dr. Mills and his staff.